guys. So I think for the sake of time, I'm going to go through just the primary services, these four primary services. I have a lot of other secondary services. And if I do have time, we can expand into that. So hopefully you guys get some value and some tidbits from this, some tips to help your own businesses. I'm happy to answer any questions throughout the video at any point in time. So firstly, let's start with web design. And we'll go through a case study because this is kind of a perfect time right now. I just finished a website for a plumber. It was based off of a referral. And after finishing that website, he decided to hire me for ongoing marketing. So I gave him a few different proposals and he accepted those. And so we're going to go through it. And this is a kind of a perfect time because today is day one where I'm doing a local SEO, a search engine optimization foundation fix. I'll show you some of the deliverables. I'll show you the website that I made for him and the behind the scenes, and it will all make a little bit more sense as we go. So firstly, web design for me, it's primarily done through a tool called WordPress, which 70% of businesses that are informational businesses, service-based businesses are using nowadays. That might be changing now because of AI, and but a lot of people you see using Wix or Squarespace. I don't really recommend those. I think that WordPress is the best. It's the most customizable. I can create literally any page. If you sent me a web page and you said, "Hey, I want to make this web page. I want to make it look like this," I can do that. So for the web design, I'll show you guys this website and then we'll dive in. But the second thing that I'm going to be doing for him now is local SEO. So now that the website is finished to some degree anyway, I'm going to be doing more on it, but he wants to get higher in the rankings for local search terms, and we'll go through that. So search engines have changed a lot in the past 2 years, but Google is still an important piece, a critical piece, right? And there are some things that we can do to increase his search engine optimization results for the various keywords that he wants that are associated with his business. Okay, those are obviously plumbing related keywords in a local area. Okay. The third thing, we'll go through some Google ads and Facebook ads. I'll show you some other clients too and show you some examples. Obviously, that's critical. People underestimate how much money you do need to spend though for Facebook ads and Google ads to get the amount of results you're looking for. But we can run some numbers and I'll show you guys how it works, and that's exciting. And then email marketing. It's a huge piece of today's digital marketing landscape. It's a way to build trust. If you have good emails, if you have good automations, drip campaigns, which I'll show you, those can really help move the needle. So let's dive right in. Okay, so this is the website that I created for CRD Plumbing and Heating. Right off the bat, obviously, this is called the hero section of a website, and it is the most important piece for all of you guys, that you need to have a good hero section that conveys what you do quickly and easily. So reliable plumbing services in Merrimack Valley and Greater Boston. It's very transparent. It gets the message across. Have the phone number. Get your estimate is the two options for get your estimate here. And then people want reviews. They care about reviews. They're going to dive into your reviews these days. So we have the trust signals here, also called social proof, right at the top. So if someone wants to get a free quote, we want to get as much information as possible: name, email, phone number, address. How can we help you? Request an estimate. And then that is going to, I haven't done it yet, but basically what you normally do is once a estimate or quote form is created, you want to redirect them to a thank you page. So whatever your website is / thank you. And then what we do in Google Analytics is we mark the thank you page as a conversion. This is very important, and I'll show you guys this. When you have a lead form that is filling out a form for you and they get to the thank you page, by creating a conversion in Google Analytics, you're now signaling to Google, oh, the people that reach this thank you page are my target audience. These are my prospects. Over time, by doing that, you're showing Google, these are the type of people I am looking for. And when you do run Google ads, when you run Facebook ads, that's important because it knows over time who the type of people that you want to market to are. And because of that, you can utilize that and then do targeted ads towards those individuals. So in the next section, I go right into his specialized services, talk a little bit about it. And as part of local SEO, search engine optimization, I'm going to be building service location pages. So in the future, we have forced hot water boilers. I'm going to be making, basically, he's in Chelmsford, Mass. So I take a mile radius of where he lives, and then I make a bunch of location pages. So next to Chelmsford, Massachusetts is a city called Lowell, Massachusetts. Maybe you've seen that movie with Christian Bale, The Fighter. They're from Lowell, Massachusetts. It's going to be forced hot water boilers, Lowell, Mass. I'm going to make a little page that says crtplumbing.com/forced hot water boilers Lowell, Massachusetts. Doing that keyword location pages is one piece of the pie for local SEO to get results. So I'm going to be doing that for him later down the line. What you can expect when you hire him, I have some images here. This is what he wanted. Another option to get a quote. Why Merrimack Valley homeowners choose us. Again, trust signals, 20 plus years of experience, licensed and insured, specialized focus. Some of the things you would traditionally expect in a good website, right? His process, and the FAQs. I'm going to expand more on the FAQs. That's important. But most importantly, and what I want to actually I usually bring this to the top. I usually try to put the reviews right at the top. And I'm actually going to request from Michael, who is the owner of this business, if I can move this to the top. So I'm going to be doing that. And basically I created, you can see here, elfsite.com. This is what I use. I create these widgets, and I'll show you. I can edit these widgets. I can customize this, make it look a little bit different, and then I install it on the website. So in this case, this is what it looks like. He has 111 5-star reviews on Google. He's crushing it when it comes to reviews, but I want to continue to do that. Obviously, he does a great job. He has this many reviews. So that's important. So that's, in a nutshell, quick summary. That's his website. So next, what he wants is local SEO. So I will show you guys something really interesting. I use a website called Local Falcon. And the Local Falcon, I can take a keyword and a location, and I can simulate where you are in the rankings for a search. So, for example, CRD plumbing and heating, and then I put in his actual location. I have 11 by 11 grid with a 5-mile radius. So right in the middle is where he's located. It's showing all these little pins. If someone over here in this location where my mouse is looking for the keyword plumber, Chelmsford, Mass, he's showing up 20th in the Google Map Pack. That's obviously a huge problem. When it comes to local search, these numbers here, what these numbers represent is where he shows up in local search. So if someone's typing in plumber, Chelmsford, Mass, he's showing up 11th if someone is in this general area. So it's literally localized. It's like a heat map, and it's showing where you stand. This is something that I do and provide to prospects all the time, because they're like, oh, that's where I'm at. And I'll show you an example of a really good one by contrast, actually. So let's dive into another one that I did recently. All right, so this is actually a guy in Sarasota. Dog trainer near me. Look at the difference. This gentleman, dog trainer near me in Sarasota, look at all these number 1s, 2s, and 3s. So this is an example of someone who's doing local SEO much better for whatever reason. There's a lot of different factors that play into that. But anyway, he obviously needs a lot of work. So in this report, it shows, all the reasons why he is doing so poorly in local SEO. Okay, so now that I've identified the fact that he does need assistance when it comes to local search engine optimization, I created a proposal for him, and it serves as a foundation fix. Just like building a house, we first have to do the foundation, and then we can do more of the services that propel him up the ladder and get him to rank for those better keywords organically, right? So these are the things that I am offering to him. I'm getting him business citations, which I'm about to show you in a second. We're going to fix his GBP. That's just his Google business profile. I'm sure all of you guys have one. It is crucial to have one and properly filled out. Adding the proper business hours, expanding his Google business profile to at least 250 words, because that's what you want. Adding all the services and products to his service section. I'm going to create a bunch of Google business profile posts and add some photos to show Google that he's active. I'm going to set up GA4, which is Google Analytics, which I can show you, and conversion tracking setup. So we know where the traffic is coming from, how many people are visiting. Basic schema markup, which we're not going to go into that because it's convoluted. And then the local Falcon tracking, which I've just shown you. And then citation monitoring and maintenance, and basic reporting. So that's just the foundation. Okay, let's dive into business citations, which we all have. So this is Business Citations. This is a website called BrightLocal.com. They have a variety of different tools, local SEO tools, citation builders, reputation management. You could do an audit of your Google business profile. You can basically see where you're at, what your weaknesses are, and then you would get these business citations. Each and every one of you can get these. Think of citations like your business being listed in the yellow pages. And so, but it's for the internet. So every time your business name, address, and phone number shows up consistently across directories like Yelp, Google, Apple Maps, Angie's, and dozens of others, this is where, that's important. Google sees that and says, this is legitimate, real business. The more consistent those listings are across the web, the higher Google ranks you for your particular searches. So that's it in a nutshell. Okay, next we will jump into Google ads, a little bit of Facebook ads, showing you guys landing pages, some of the copy, and the analytics or the tracking to show where some of these folks are coming from, so we can see behind the scenes what's going on and we can make better decisions. So this is a preview of a contractor who primarily builds decks, but he's actually a general contractor, so he's doing more services now, but initially he just had me doing Google ads for decks and also Facebook ads for deck construction and repair. So this is a preview in Google showing what these ads look like. These would rise to the very top of the of someone searching for something like deck building Kansas City, and so basically this is what it looks like, and they get brought to a landing page. The landing page has a form. They're going to fill out this form, and once they do that, they get brought into a drip campaign. The drip campaign has already been created. So this is the drip campaign. Immediately they get an email saying, thanks for reaching out. We're excited to learn more about your project. And I get an email showing all the details of the lead form. He gets an email showing all the details of the lead form. And now they are in this drip campaign. They're going to get a series of emails regardless of whether Brian, in this case the owner, contacts this lead right away, which he should. So when that form is filled out, they get brought to a thank you page. Earlier we talked about thank you pages. This thank you page triggers a conversion event, and now we are demonstrating to Google this type of person, this homeowner who makes $150,000 a year and lives in this area, filled out a form. So these are the type of individuals that we want for future leads. So it helps with the machine learning and helps me do my job so I can get better quality leads. So here's an example of when we did Facebook ads for a lead objective campaign. You might look at these numbers and think, oh wow, that's quite a bit. It's $4,000 that was spent, actually $4,183 for being exact, and it was 90,000 impressions. This wasn't the best campaign, but he was giving me videos initially, and I was utilizing those because that's what he wanted. And I told him, hey, you should allow me to make the creatives. And then when he did do that, we started to get more results towards the end. But you might be thinking, okay, that's quite a bit of money, but look at what we were able to produce. This is just an example. This is an $8,000 to $15,000 job. So it actually paid for it in this one job. We could see it came from Facebook. They hit this offer. You could see what this person was from in Kansas City, or Kansas rather, and so they got brought to this page. I can go back here and I could show you quite a few. These are some $8,000 to $15,000 jobs, under $8,000 jobs, some $15,000 to $30,000 jobs. So really, I can tell you the duration of time that we spent this $4,100. He made about $70,000 in sales from Facebook ads. And I can show you an example of an ad in just a second. But before I do that, in the Google Analytics side, I can see, all right, these are the areas that some of these folks were visiting from. So we can look at the dashboard and get better data to make better data-driven decisions. So Google Analytics is critical to have.
Overland Park, Leawood, Lee's Summit. We've built decks all over Greater Kansas City, and our reputation is everything because we live here too. If you're looking for a deck builder, hire local. Homeowners across our area trust us because we do exceptional work, and when you need us, we're minutes away. Tap the link for a free quote plus $200 off your next project.
Alright team, so that basically summarizes it. It's a very high level overview of some of the things that I do. I don't want to go too much into detail here. That would take me numerous videos, but I wanted to keep it relatively short. But in closing, I could show you some of these Facebook ad lead form submissions. There's quite a few. These are $15,000 to $30,000 jobs, $30,000 to $50,000 jobs, 8 to 15, 5 to 8, 8 to 15, and then some screenshots of actually the last 12 months for a client for showing sessions and revenue and the increase year over year. Same thing with his vacation rental company. So yeah, some nice wins, but that was it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.